It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, good morning to you on Monday. Here we are on a Monday that we did not think we would have. What an unbelievable weekend. What an unbelievable weekend.
Pretty crazy. A weekend that will go down in the history books. An assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. Surely you've seen it by now. It was at the campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. A bullet from the crowd grazed his right ear. 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, fired the shots. He just graduated from high school in 2022. He fired from a rooftop perch about 130 yards away from the stage. The Secret Service somehow did not know he was there prior to that. They did, though, after he shot, return fire very quickly and shot him dead in no time. One other attendee was killed and two others were injured during the incident. Crooks also had explosives in his car. So that is basically the nuts and bolts. If you missed it this weekend, surely you did not, but we will learn much more today. For now, the Republican National Convention that starts today will go on as planned. Donald Trump is in Milwaukee right now for the convention today through Thursday. Tens of thousands of people are expected to be there. Among them, a lot of law enforcement, including some Missouri Highway Patrol troopers and some officers from the Kansas City area as well.
Wow, just an unbelievable. I mean, so many questions about what happened, and you and I have been at enough presidential events to know about the level of security. And the first thing that I thought as I was seeing it and understanding what had just happened was, how on earth could a guy get to a rooftop with a rifle that's inside 1,000 yards of where with a line of sight to the stage?
I don't know.
Because
when he was at Lauren Cook Company, that was an indoor venue, which is obviously even easier to secure, but it also was in an area where there were people everywhere, security everywhere. And then even when Michelle Obama was at Walmart, do you remember this when she was at Walmart? I don't know. I can't get over it. I don't know, because there weren't that many buildings. So
no, I mean, it's 150 yards. That's less than two football fields away.
Yeah. And
the Secret Service not only didn't have anybody stationed on the roof, they didn't have eyes on the roof. I don't for the life of me understand how that could have happened. I mean,
well, sir, it's as much spiritual warfare as it is warfare in the physical realm, so that's not a political statement. That's reality.
Well, so, but what I'm talking about was physical. I mean, you have one job if you're Secret Service, and that is to protect. And
yeah, I will say this about the Secret Service. How wild is it? How quickly they killed him.
Well,
so, even though they didn't see him, they didn't know him was there. But if you're watching live, 10 seconds or something ticks by, and then you hear him say, "Shooter's dead."
They did see him, because if you watch the sniper who killed him, there's two of them there. They don't move their gun. He's looking. He already has the guy in his sights. And then he pops his head up like, did that just happen? And then he puts his head down and kills him. So something went on that we don't know yet. And I hope we find it out, because the sniper, it's not like the sniper was, where is he? And they had to find him.
Right.
They were already pointed right at him.
Yeah.
So he looked up, saw it happen, pulled the trigger, and the guy it was over.
Yeah. So, I was talking to a liberal friend of mine this weekend, and it was very interesting just to be able to say, like, regardless of how you feel about him and his politics, the presence of mind to be shot in the ear, which could have been the head, and to get knocked down, as they are covering him. But then to stand up and say, wait a minute, and like give the fist bump, I was like, hats off to the wit that would take. I mean, just the mental fortitude for anybody to be hit like that. And then just to have presence of mind to say, oh, wait a minute, why am I here? I'm at a campaign rally with my supporters. Like, I'm going to show like a
Well,
show of support myself,
it was a show of strength to say I'm all right.
or strength
We're gonna
is
do
the
this.
word. Yes.
But then, I mean, listen, I love the Secret Service, but then I was shocked also watching it that they would stand him. How do they know there's only one shooter? Because they
Right.
said shoot her
That's
down.
what I thought too. They stood him up, or else he stood up. That's what I was wondering. Did they
But
stand him up, or
But
did he
the
stand up? I don't
the
know.
person in front of him from the camera angle was, I don't know, 5'5", so nobody was blocking his face. So if there's another shooter, there was another very clear angle. Anyway, those things, we're gonna have to get answers to those questions, but I was thinking about just a moment in U.S. history that we will never forget. It's just like Kennedy assassination, if you lived through that, Martin Luther King Jr. assassination, if you lived through that, 9/11, everyone remembers where they were, the Space Shuttle Challenger, Columbia. And what's interesting is that we have kids ages 15, 13, and 11. This is the first event for them that they will remember for the rest of their lives, remember where they were when they heard it, remember sitting and watching the coverage with us last night or
Yeah.
what night was it? Saturday night?
Saturday.
Saturday night. And last night too, we were watching coverage. But so it's interesting. And I told him, I said, this is something you're gonna remember forever. You're never gonna
Yeah.
forget sitting with your parents and watching a former, maybe a president again, who knows, but president be shot basically on live TV, and you talk about divine intervention. I mean, for it to come to hit an ear from that
Yeah.
distance, and to not, the way that he turned his head at the exact moment, it really truly is unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, you were talking about history. It takes more than that to kill a bull moose.
Roosevelt.
Good job.
Former
actually
President
prefer
Roosevelt was
who
campaigning.
is Roosevelt would have been the way to answer the question.
Teddy Roosevelt, same exact thing happened. I was
Yeah.
reading about it yesterday with Griffin. He got shot in the chest by a revolver, and
But had a speech, right?
he had a speech, like
something?
50 pages of paper, and his steel glasses case.
Yeah.
So it went through and it entered his skin, but it wasn't, it didn't do damage because it would have been slowed down so much. But that was, he finished the speech.
Right. I just remembered the quote. I guess like it sticks with me from high school or college history or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there was one more story that I had. Oh, we had a shooting my senior year of high school at my small Oklahoma high school.
Yeah.
And a girl who got shot in the back, the bullet lodged in her math book in her backpack.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're praying.
Our time is up here on this story.
Well, we're praying for the country. We join everybody. We're praying for the country because we need healing for sure. We're praying for the Trump family. Can you imagine that? And then you think about what may happen in the future. And of course, the families who lost loved ones and the people who are still in the hospital who had been shot, just exercising their American rights to show up at a political rally. It's unbelievable. So, all right. Obviously, there's a lot more to talk about when it comes to that, and we'll leave that for other folks. Locally, a man who broke into houses in the Roundtree neighborhood and assaulted women while they slept is going to prison. 42-year-old was just given 25 years for the crime that took place in July of last year. That penalty comes after the man was given probation for doing the same type of thing just months earlier in February of last year. He was given probation for doing the same thing. This time around, in sentencing, the man apologized for the crimes and he blamed the crimes on drugs.
I think that is appropriate sentence. Happy to see that.
Well, yeah. I mean, Yeah, that was
That's
horrifying.
absolutely terrorizing. That's terror. That is
Absolutely,
terrorizing.
it is. I mean, those victims uh, may never sleep again the same way.
Yeah, it's
They
awful.
were
Can't
awakened
even
in the
fathom
night.
it,
Yeah, it was
honestly.
awful.
Yeah.
Then there's this heat advisory in effect until 8 o'clock tonight, and as a result, our good friends over at the Springfield Greene County Park Board are opening up places to help people out, let them cool off. Family center lobbies will be open, as well as Jordan Valley Ice Park. Locations include the Chesterfield Family Center, the Dan Kinney Family Center, and Doling Family Center, all open from now until 9 o'clock tonight. If anybody needs to go there to cool off, that's a place to do it. Be sure to check out Wake Up Weather with Abby Dyer immediately following this to find out more about the heat and the rest of the weather for this week.
All right. The state budget allows for big money at the Springfield Victory Mission with an $11 million allotment. Victory Mission is expanding. They are building a new 160-bed men's homeless shelter. The new shelter will be north of the current facility near where Commercial and Division Streets meet up. Victory Mission is also looking to match that money with private donations. The mission, of course, focuses on helping the homeless, often those who are addicted, and just offers hope and housing and life skills, job recovery programs, and gives them some job training to turn over a new leaf in life. Very cool
Yeah,
for them.
God bless Victory Mission. They're doing great work, and those homeless shelters are so needed in this day and age. And nobody wants to talk about it, doesn't want it near their house, but the Victory Mission is doing good
Yeah,
work.
it is truly
God bless
phenomenal.
them, because it's truly transforming lives. It's not just giving them a place to stay.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool. The Springfield City Council will hear a rezoning proposition at its meeting on August 5th, so we've got some time, but it's coming up. At issue is a piece of land on El Camino Drive, just south and east of Sam's Club on El Camino, right next to the Quail Creek subdivision. The Planning and Zoning Commission is giving unanimous approval of a plan to rezone the land and create a senior living facility on that land. The city council will make the ultimate decision. Again, that's coming up on August 5th. We'll follow that and let you know what they come up with. A major pipeline is being constructed between Fellows Lake and the Blackman Water Treatment Plant. That's off of Highway 65 near Battlefield Road. And now the project is in public view because there are a number of big pieces of pipe you may have seen lining Highway 65 between Chestnut and Division. It's on the east side of the highway there. Work has been going on for months on this pipeline, but it's just now reaching an area that gets a lot of traffic, so you can notice it. It's a $5.3 million project expected to be completed by January of next year.
All right. Bass Pro Shops is expanding again and again in Texas. It wasn't too long ago that they had a different one down there. This one's going to be in Tyler, Texas, which is east of Dallas. It'll make 18 locations in Texas. It is hot outside, but how about some winter news? You might have seen this, but I'm excited about it. From November 22nd through December 31st, Ozark is going to be the place to be. There is a big lights display. It's called the Jingle. It's coming to town. It is set up. When I saw pictures of it, it reminded me of a scene from the movie Frozen, because it was just really pretty and everything was glistening and there was like ice looking things with all the lights. There's an ice skating rink. It's set up on 10 acres, all the beauty of the wintry season. And the tickets go on sale August 21st. Again, that's called Jingle.
Yeah, I've talked with people since hearing about this who have been to it in other cities, and they say it's really, really cool. It's a really, really neat attraction.
The one that I went to didn't count because it was not at night. It was during the day, but they had it in Memphis when I was down at St. Jude doing the marathon weekend, as they call it. And they had it out on the field. There's a big field there, and they had it set up. But the race was at 7:00 in the morning or something, so we could see it, but it was not yet like decorated and everything. But it's still, even then, it looked neat. I was like, wow, that thing would be really cool. And then lo and behold, here it comes to Ozark. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I think it's neat. I think it's good for Ozark. I think it'll be a good thing.
All right. And then finally, we end with this. Patrick Mahomes and his wife, Brittany, are having baby number 3. The couple posted the news on Instagram this weekend, Friday morning, with a video of their 2 other kids holding the little strip photos of the ultrasound. So that's very exciting.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to them.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's exciting. We don't know the due date yet or anything like that, but the baby is apparently on the way.
Okay. Good for them.
Okay, I think that's it. Anything
That'll
else?
do it.
Okay. Well, there's lots of news today. And
the news on
these are the days.
the assassination attempt is changing constantly. So,
Right.
what we tell you at 5:00 this morning is going to be
Might be
maybe
different by
vastly
7. So
different by noon or something. Yeah.
yeah. Keep tuning in. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning.
We shall. Bye.
Bye.